A discussion on the topic of wokeism will take place this Saturday afternoon, 2:30 to 5:30 at the main branch of the Lethbridge Public Library. It'll feature guests who have been speaking out against wokeism and its impact on our society. One of the guests taking part is Frances Widdowson. You may remember Frances, who's a former Mount Royal University professor who was to speak on the topic at the University of Lethbridge, but the event was cancelled. She went there anyway, only to be shouted down by protesters. Frances joins us now from Lethbridge. Frances, what makes you think the same thing won't happen again this weekend?
Might happen, it's a possibility, but if it does happen, it just proves our point, which is that we cannot discuss the impact of wokeism on universities, but also in the wider society. So we want to go and talk about this outside the universities because the universities already have serious problems. And we want to put forward these ideas in institutions like public libraries, where you should be able to discuss a wide range of ideas, and that is becoming more and more difficult in society as a whole.
Now, you and your group are suing the University of Lethbridge for what? Cancelling your talk on wokeism and not allowing free speech on campus?
That's correct. So Paul Viminitz, Jonah Pickle, and myself, Viminitz is a philosophy professor, Jonah Pickle is a student, and me are all suing the University of Lethbridge for violating our freedom of expression rights. And Alberta is a very good place to do this because there are some court decisions which say that the charter does apply to universities. We want to push this issue because I think of all places in society, universities are places where you should be able to discuss ideas, and that is no longer possible in many universities in Alberta today.
Now, many critics would argue that being woke is actually a good thing since we're aware of the social injustices taking place in society today. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think there are some elements of wokeism which are not a problem, which is, as you say, being concerned about various groups and their situation in society. The problem with wokeism, though, is when identity politics becomes totalitarian in nature. So it really is the autocratic character of wokeism that's the problem. And preventing any people, any person from pursuing the truth or engaging critically with ideas is not beneficial for people, and it's especially harmful for groups that have a marginalized position in society because it's through pursuing the truth and examining ideas that they can better understand the reason why they are so deprived in the existing economic and political system.
Thanks so much for your time today, Frances. That's former Mount Royal University professor Frances Widdowson, who's one of the three guest speakers discussing wokeism this Saturday at the main branch of the Lethbridge Public Library.